Hey y'all, Princess Diana. Let me take this earpiece out of my ear. I made a video yesterday and I did not send it out because it did not record. I didn't even record, y'all. Sucks. But I coming back today. I think might have been several days now. I was gonna say a few days ago. I made a video about maintaining maintenance, and that doesn't stop just because if your dog sick and you just cannot get up, you need to rest. That's a part of recovering and rejuvenating the body. And once you get some strength, I need you to try your best to move your body. You don't have to go crazy or anything, but just like try your best to move your body. You gotta appreciate what you got while you got it, because you can give up and completely stop like a lot of elderly people do. I understand. Y'all completely understand body hurt, people's body hurt, all that kind of stuff. But if we don't move, it's like if you don't use it, you lose it. That really is true. Like anybody can try to refute me on that, but when it comes to our bodies like to move. We got all this stuff, all kind of people talk about that's going on in the world and how it affects us, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But what can you do right now? What can you do? One thing you can do is try to detox your body. And that's by movement, for sure. If you don't have nothing else, but maybe some green tea, some water, and some salt. And I was listening to a lady yesterday, and she always says, add some salt to that water, Himalayan salt, and it's a certain kind that she would try to do, be as natural as you can. But in this world, all you can do is maybe, I would say this too, table salt, but try to get the most organic, so-called organic sea salts, and maybe Himalayan salt. I'm pretty sure you can use some other kind of salt that's organic, but use it. And then I want you to if you pray, I want you to pray over your water, your food, which I really got to get back on. I like to speak good over my family, my friends, myself, and stuff like that. So you pray, speak good, think good over whatever, to raise the vibration of whatever it is that you will be consuming, or that people are going through. I was telling, I'm trying to give an example without telling what I said. This is something that I did in the past, right? This is back when I'm trying to think. Man, was my son? I know he was younger. I don't think he was super young. So I was in grad school. I didn't finish grad school, but I was in grad school. The first year, I'm talking about the first year, before I think I was pregnant, and when I was, so that whole entire, so I was able to pretty much, I think, complete the end semester. So I did one full year, or did I do one semester? I think it might have been one semester, because I did 9 credit hours. So, and if I'm sounding stuffy, y'all, it's because my nose is, it's a little stuffy and, semi-runny. But, what am I saying? Okay, so let me go back to saying what I was about to say. Keeping train of thought. So I took a business class. My mom was like, get some business classes, whatever, because I was trying to get on this intern program, and they required some business class and then some other type of classes that you had to have a certain amount of credit hours, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'll just get a certificate in something at a local community college here, because the local community colleges, y'all, do not sleep on them. If you need something, I don't know what you need, because they're, compared to everything else, they are usually very affordable, at least here. Let's take a look at them and then see, can you transfer those college credits. But what was I gonna say? They took a lot of my college credits, from my previous, from my master's degree. I mean, well, I don't have a master's degree from my master's program, and then from maybe some general studies or something that I had for my bachelor's. So that's great. And also, okay, during that time, the entrepreneurship classes, there were, a few. I wouldn't consider myself a straight A type student. I think I could. I definitely consider myself an AB, mostly A's student. It's all about how you apply yourself, but our brains all think a little different. So I'm more analytical. I like to analyze, and I love the theories and all that stuff like that. So me thinking that linear, straight engineer type way is like, so I don't know if it makes it seem like things are harder. Doesn't mean they're harder for me, but I have to tell people that are like, when it comes to math, certain math, it's like, oh, that's so easy, pre-cal, advanced, this and that, and I'm like, you know what? To everybody else, a lot of other people, that might not be that easy for them, for their mind, but they might be smarter in other ways that you're not, which that is a thing, y'all. So anyway, so what I did that one semester was pretty rough. I had my son and I had a family, so it's like, man, hold on, y'all, I'm probably gonna have to sneeze. If I put y'all on hold, I'm gonna have to sneeze. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, I was real heavy into, learning about manifestation and stuff like that, and I grew up in church as a Christian and all that, and my favorite verse was, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And I forget, was it Philippians something? My son, he told me what it was. Oh my God. But it was my favorite, and it still is. Even though I'm not as heavy, into church and stuff like that, but yeah, but just whatever you gotta do and think, whatever you gotta subscribe to in order to have these good thoughts, they work. Your bad thoughts work too. So you might as well get the good stuff, you know what I mean? That's what I think about life. I'm like, shoot, I could be thinking this way and then get this result, or I can be thinking that way and get that result. So I'd rather be thinking more positive than the negative way, because it doesn't help me if I'm thinking negatively. You know what I'm saying? Like, might as well just let that go. So anyways, alright, so I would take a deep breath, nobody knew what I was doing, and I would just like draw an imaginary A+, or sometimes I would write it real lightly on A+ above my paper. This one was writing down, but you can do it. Also, let's say a lot of people take a test on a computer. Shoot, that's all good. I want you to imagine that your score, like how it would look on, if you take an exam before in that particular class, kind of how your score would look. It'd be like 10/10 or 100/100, or what, 90/90. You know what I mean? So that means you got your 100, your A, right? So just imagine that before you take that test, okay? And then some people, it works for, then you can also add in, I am an A+ student. I get all A's. I get all A's. I always get all A's. Why do I get all A's? You know what I'm saying? Bombard your system with that. And, yeah. That helps too. Yeah, and I did that all that semester, and every time I wrote that A+ down, or kind of did like that with my finger, nobody knew what I was doing, because they were focused, they were nervous about the test. This one test I took, it was the whole business certificate was entrepreneurship, but this class, I think it was called, was it entrepreneurship or something? But it was, honey, I would get the highest grade. I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. I couldn't beat myself on the chest, because I knew that wasn't me. That wasn't nothing but, Christian people were like, it was nothing but God. That was literally nothing but my positivity my positive outlook, what I said, what I spoke over myself, there was nothing but that. There was that. You can call it God, you can call it whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. It works. It works, y'all. So I was kind of telling somebody else, I was like, hey, whenever, I don't care if you feel, let's say, even if you feel a little nervous, I want you to calm yourself down and just be like, you know, I could. If you're nervous, I want you to ask yourself, how is it helping you? How is it helping you? In certain situations, okay, put it like this. Let's say fight or flight. Fight or flight. And then some people say fight or flight. But what about fight, freeze, and then fight? What is it? Fight, freeze, or flight. So you can either fight, right? And that's bravery in a sense. But some people can be scared and they fight. Kudos to you. You did that same. Okay, so if a person is scared, they're nervous. So if they're in a situation where they like fight or be nervous and freeze up, don't do anything, the nervousness could put you in more danger sometimes because you don't do anything. You freeze. Nah, I'm gonna say this. You freeze up. It's okay if you get a little nervous. That's fine. No big deal. It can pass. It will pass eventually. Put it like this: if you were in a situation where you are always constantly scared, constantly being scared, after a while you're gonna be like, you know what? F that. I'm not gonna be scared no more. I'm done. Whatever you gonna do, go on and do it. And that's when, that's when it's almost like superhero mode. You know what I mean? And it's cool. Not saying we want to be in those situations, but I want you to get to that point to where you can be like, you know what? No need of me sitting around and being, thinking this negative way or being nervous and all this stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna have the faith or the belief, or I'm just gonna forget about it. Go on by my day. I'm gonna say what I need to say. I'm gonna think what I need to think. That's good and positive, and then I'm gonna move on. That's it, because it's out of my hands at this point, or you can feel like it's out of your hands. Some people say, let go and let God. A lot of Christians know about that. Let go and let God. That's a good one. I like that because you literally speak it, say it, pray it, boom, let it go. Let God handle that. And I guarantee you it'll work out. And I don't even know why I brought that up, y'all. Why did I bring that up? I wish somebody could say. I don't even know why I brought that up. But, yesterday when I made my video about maintenance, the few days prior I put out a video. I actually uploaded it. Go back and watch it, about maintenance or something like that. Weight loss maintenance or something like that. Yesterday I was saying that you have to, even though I have a cold, right? I'm gonna take my butt outside, or I'm gonna do something to make myself get really, really warm and sweat this stuff out. Even though I don't feel bad, but even if I did, I still want to ease myself outside and get on a porch, or if I can stand, if I can sit, whatever I can do, get near the window and just let them sun rays hit me or whatever, just so, because the sun is healing or whatever. That heat to me is healing, but the sun is healing, okay? And then you moving your body, you get the sweat, detoxing your system. Your skin is a part of, hold on y'all, your skin is a part of your lymphatic system, so you need to move. You have to move your body, whether you go get lymphatic massages or do your own lymphatic massages, all kind of tools you can use. You have to move your body. It cannot move itself. It can a little bit, like your pores move, so I'm not gonna say it can't, but the way that it really, really needs to move to drain your system, you have to move your body. You have to do that. That's why when people are bedridden, like am I saying that right? They can't move. they or they need help moving, they're really weak, or just what do you call it, not handicapped, immobile. They really have to have somebody to move their legs and their arm, exercise their legs and arms and stuff, so that they don't get bed sores. Like your skin will just, your body will start dying if you don't move. That's what I was talking about yesterday. You have to move. If you don't move, and you're just sitting there being a couch potato all the time, or in the bed all the time without moving, even if you are being a couch potato, I want you to get your butt up and move every 30 minutes. Just do something every 30 minutes. Get up and move. Dance or something like that. Even if you want to say, hey, I want to be lazy and watch TV out there, that's all good. Get yourself up. I want you to start practicing this, moving your body, because when you stop moving your body, it's going to start signaling, I guess it starts signaling your brain and your organs and all that stuff, because your whole system is connected. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're dying. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Your consciousness, you good. Look, if you decide to live or pass along, but that's up to you. It just means you're just giving on up, and that's up to you. But I'd rather see some healthy, especially with young folks, y'all. I'm seeing more healthier older people than younger people these days, and I don't want y'all to be just having the worst health. Like, y'all are still young. Please give yourself a chance, because when you hit 40s, you're gonna feel like an old person. You really have to fight to, or move. You really have to. It feels like a fight at first, and then it's gonna feel pretty. It'll feel decent. Like, it won't be that bad. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm trying to think of what that feels like. Like, okay, when you first, let's say, how about if you want to go hard, if you can handle it, go ahead. But just know you're gonna be hurting, you're gonna be sore, all that stuff. Most people will, right? Tired, all that. I want you to give you your best effort again and again and again and again. Don't stop, because eventually your endurance is gonna build up, and it's gonna be nothing to you. It's gonna feel like almost nothing to you. Okay, give it a try. Let me know how that works out. But in the end, you're gonna start seeing that weight come off. Give it a good year of walking, until you start to sweat of every day. And if you can't go outside and walk, or wherever you normally walk, cool. I want you to do jumping jacks. Do whatever you can. If you can't do jump jacks, move as much as you can until you start sweating. Okay? Or getting really, really hot. But if you are overweight, you need to sweat. And your body should be releasing sweat. And if it's not, that might be another problem with some other glands. And then you might have to take something internally, which I think people should take, like, herbs and different things like that to help them further detox. But I'm about to end this video, because when I say this little cold, honey, in my nose, I need to blow my nose. So, all right, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Princess Diana, and this is about maintaining your weight and losing weight too. Okay. All right, y'all.